Hello everyone, you are watching the channel Incredible Facts. The Apache AH-64 and its variants are arguably the most advanced series of attack helicopters the world has ever seen. When the original Apache AH-64 was produced in 1975, it represented a major milestone in assault helicopter flight, and ever since it has become an icon of warfare. The Apache has seen plenty of changes in the several decades since its original launch, and the latest of these is the E version, having been released into service in 2011. We're going to take a look at the original on which this type was based and tell the story of how the world's most powerful attack helicopter came into being. Before we get started, if you do enjoy this video and would like to see more just like it, remember to give us a like and subscribe to our channel to get more sent straight to your notifications. The original AH-64 was designed way back in 1972 to meet the U.S. Army's need for an advanced attack helicopter. It took the mantle of the world's best attack helicopter from the Bell AH-1 Cobra. In its first iteration, the aircraft was manufactured by the company Hughes Helicopters, and the first Hughes YAH-64 prototype flew towards the end of 1975. Eventually, the AH-64 would be taken over by McDonnell Douglas in 1985, and finally Boeing from 1997 to today. After evaluating test results with prototypes from Bell and Hughes, the Army decided to move forward with Hughes offering over Bell's YAH-63A because of its more damage-tolerant four-blade main rotor and the instability of Bell's landing gear arrangement. The AH-64A then continued the program with another two aircraft built and the original prototype brought up to standard with upgrades. Weapons and sensor systems developed and were also tested at this point, which includes the iconic AGM-114 HELLFIRE missile. Development of this lethal weapon had begun in 1974, and the HELLFIRE acronym was chosen to shorten the original name of helicopter-launched Fire and Forget missile. The purpose of this firepower was to find an effective solution for arming the helicopters with anti-tank missiles. Hughes received a full-scale development contract from the U.S. Army in 1976 and in 1982. The AH-64A Apache program was approved for production. The year Hughes handed over to McDonnell Douglas marked delivery of the aircraft, and in 1984, the helicopters were being shipped from their plant at Mesa, Arizona. As of 1986, 827 AH-64As were eventually produced by the U.S. Army and entered service. Features of the original Apache include two General Electric T700 engines which were flat-rated to provide high emergency power. The engines contributed 1,800 shaft horsepower. The Apache also had large black hole infrared suppressing exhaust systems, a large flat plate canopy with boron armor, as well as multi-spar stainless steel and glass fiber rotor blades. These were designed to withstand 23mm hits. Other features included comprehensive avionics and weapon fits, as well as many measures to preserve the life of the crew. There were crash-resistant seats and an airframe designed to withstand ballistic impact from guns up to 12.7mm caliber. As the Apache is an attack helicopter, its weaponry needed to be world-class. It had a 30mm M230 cannon with 1,200 rounds. It also packed 16 of the AGM-114A HELLFIRE anti-tank missiles mentioned earlier, with optional capability for the AIM-9L, AIM-92A, Stinger, and Mistral air-to-air missiles or sidearm anti-radar missile. The Apache's primary sensor was the Martin Marietta Target Acquisition and Designation Site Pilot's Night Vision System. This combined a low light level TV, laser designator, and forward-looking infrared. The crew consists of 2 members, and they use various sophisticated sensors and systems to detect and attack targets. These include an integrated helmet and display sighting system, which provides a monocular helmet-mounted sight, all of which combine to give the helicopter deadly accuracy against enemies. The helicopter was first seen in combat during Operation Just Cause over Panama in 1989, which saw U.S. forces invade the country to displace their president. But the Apache's most memorable operation was during the Gulf War in 1991, where AH-64s first took out enemy radar to allow jets to fly into enemy territory. The Apaches famously fired the first shots of that 42-day conflict. Back to the 1980s, and the U.S. Army was already planning upgrades to the Apache, even though it was yet to enter service. The major upgrade was centered around the Northrop Grumman APG-78 longbow millimetric wavelength fire control radar linked to new AGM-114L HELLFIRE 2 missiles. In 1992, McDonnell Douglas converted 4 in-service AH-64As with upgrades to test the new iteration known as AH-64D. The B and C for variants were later dropped so that the AH-64D could become the formal second-generation Apache. This leads us on to the Apache's latest model built by Boeing. This is the AH-64E, also known as Apache Guardian, and up until 2012, designated as AH-64D Block 3. The aircraft is fitted with more powerful General Electric T700GE 701D engines than the ones we've seen on the original A model. These engines develop 1994 shaft horsepower instead of the 1800s seen on previous versions. Because of this extra power, it also has an upgraded transmission to cope with demand. The engines contribute to a maximum speed of 187 miles per hour. 300 kilometers per hour that helps to attack and evade the enemy. The E also has new composite rotor blades that are built to withstand hits from 23mm anti-aircraft guns. This gunship comes with new sensors, avionics, and has improved night operation capabilities. On top of this, the new Apache can control a couple of unmanned aerial vehicles if needed. Weaponry on the AH-64E is similar to its predecessors, with tweaks being made available depending on the mission it is carrying out. It comes with a 30mm M230 cannon with 1,200 rounds of ammunition, like the original Apache. It has 4 hardpoints on stub wings which help to carry missiles. It can carry up to 16 AGM-114R HELLFIRE 2 anti-tank guided missiles as seen on the previous D model. In defense against attacking helicopters, the Guardian can carry up to 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders, 4 AIM-92 Stingers, or 4 Mistral air-to-air missiles like its predecessors. It also has the ability to carry 2 AGM-122 sidearm air-to-ground anti-radiation missiles, which are useful in targeting hostile radars. The gunship can also be equipped with up to 4 19-shot pods featuring Hydra 70 unguided rockets. This Apache also has the ability to be fitted with a longbow fire control radar, as seen on the D variant. This gives the helicopter the ability to fire AGM-114R HELLFIRE 2 anti-tank guided missiles in fire and forget mode. If this radar isn't used, then the HELLFIRE 2 missiles are launched in the line of sight method. The radar is highly advanced to the point where it can look after 12 targets simultaneously, even through fog and smoke or infrared or TV sensors. The introduction of the new variant has led to an upgrade of the U.S. Army's 634 AH-64D helicopters to E standard. On top of this, it was planned that another 56 helicopters will be newly built alongside these upgrades. The new Apache has also been highly popular with armies around the world. Countries that have decided to purchase these from the U.S. include India, who ordered 22 aircraft, Indonesia ordered 8, Qatar 24, South Korea 36, and the United Arab Emirates 30. Saudi Arabia and Taiwan have also added some to their arsenal. In 2015, the United Kingdom also favored the new Apache as they requested to remanufacture 50 of its WAH-64D Apache longbow helicopters to AH-64E standard. The Apache helicopter is a true icon of the U.S. Army. Its combination of power, speech, and weaponry make a deadly weapon which would intimidate any army having to face it. With almost 40 years of development with 3 engineering giants, this helicopter is widely regarded as the best attack helicopter in the world, and it's anticipated that future variants will again raise the bar for what an aircraft is capable of during warfare. It's another example of how a solid initial design followed by shrewd iterations can produce a fleet of powerful aircraft that is wanted by the world over. What are your thoughts on the Apache AH-64E? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel to get our latest videos sent straight to your notifications.